that was Catwalk from Really Easy Jazzing About by Wedgwood. This is the C3 piece of the ABRSM Grade 2 Flute exam pieces from 2022. Now looking at the start of the piece, we can see that this piece is in 4/4 time. Now that means there are 4 quartets in a bar, the top number referring to the number of counts in a bar and the bottom number referring to the length of the count, which is the crotchet in this case. At the start of the piece, we don't see any sharps and flats in the key signature, but if we scan through the piece, we do see one B flat at the very bottom. Now, in terms of key, because this B flat only appeared once, we don't actually consider it as being part of the key. So we're just going to calling this piece a C major. So C major is part of your grade 2 scale syllabus and you're required to know it in 1 octave. And quickly on that B flat, where we have on the left hand thumb and first finger, and on the right hand first finger and pinky. The indicator speed here is crotchet equals 112 beats per minute. Now we're going to use this speed as a guide when we are counting in 4s and when we are going to be performing. So that is the speed. Also written there is instructions with a good swing, and after the speed is actually shown us that if there are 2 quavers and if there's a dotted quaver tied to a semiquaver, then we are going to be playing this as if we're counting in triplets for each count. We're going to get 2 count for the first note and then the last count on the last note. So if we slow down a little bit on the metronome, we are going to be counting in 3, so 1 2 3 2 2 3 3 2 3 4 2 3 1 2 3 2 2 3 3 2 3 4 2 3. So every time we see 2 quavers or we see a dotted quaver rhythm, we're going to be playing this rhythm. Now it's very important to get this right, so I'll go over plenty of demos when we get to the detail. We have 2 bars of rest before we come in to play the piece in bar 3, and that's indicated by the black line and the number 2 on top of it. Now the piano accompaniment is a little tune. Let's listen to that first. And after that, we're going to get a 2-beat rest from the piano, so there's going to be silent. So when we come in with the piano on bar 3 on the E note, we want to do a little up and down motion so we can signify the pianist, this is now we're going to come in. The down motion is what we're going to show the pianist. So here's a demo of how to do that. Now of course nothing beats getting the right timing with the pianist, but it's just a good help for him as well. We then have our first swing rhythm. As I said before, we can break up the dotted quaver rhythm into triplets. So the counting in here is going to be 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the... Now, you notice I didn't clap the 3, and that's because it is tied to the semiquaver on the beat 2. And once you get this rhythm, then we're already halfway there as well. So here is the speed. And in full speed. On to bar 5, where we have 3 quartets, and then on the last beat we have the swing rhythm coming again, which ties us onto bar 6. This is very similar to what we had in bar 2 and 3 of beat 2 and 3 of bar 3 and 4, except that now the last note is a dotted minim. We're also crescendoing onto a forte as well from the MF that we were. So let's go through the rhythm first. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the rest. So here's a demo from bar 5 to 6. So we're just increasing the airflow and making the air warmer as we're playing that G note. Now bar 7 to 10 essentially has the same rhythm as bar 3 to 6, it's just slightly different notes in bar 9 and 10. And also we're doing a crescendo in bar 10, so again we're going to reduce the airflow when we get to there. The B section has very simple rhythm throughout. Mostly they are in crotchets and minims. The swing rhythm only comes in twice in bar 12 and bar 16, where they have exactly the same rhythm. We have first the swing rhythm in beat 1, then we have a minim, followed by a crotchet. So with the metronome, we're going to do 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the... And if we count in fours, that's going to be 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the... Now we're going to start off with an MP on bar 11, and then we're going to crescendo onto an MP on bar 14, and then from bar 16 we're going to crescendo until we reach a forte in bar 19. The bridge section has the two swing rhythms coming back. This time we're going to start off the bar with a minim, and then we're going to have the swing rhythm from the start. Similar to the start, we're now in MF. So from bar 19, the swing rhythm is going to tie to a minim, which is 2 crotchets, and then on bar 20 that's going to tie to a crotchet, which is 1 beat, and then we're also going to have 3 crotchets afterwards as well. So here is the metronome, a 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the... So here's a quick demo of that one. We then have a repeat of the start in forte, but only for the first 2 bars. After that we have a 2-bar rest where the piano is going to be doing this. And then we're going to be coming in with the piano on bar 27 on the syncopated rhythm. So the rhythm here we have is a quaver, a crotchet, and then a quaver tied to a minim, and then a crotchet on the next bar, and then 3 crotchets. So if we're counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, we're going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that is in 5.5 beats of time. So here is a demo coming in with the piano on that one from bar 25. The piano is also going to stop playing after the long notes, so don't be shocked, you're not doing anything wrong. It's just the piano don't have anything on there. Keeping the forte, we're going to decrescendo into a piano on bar 28, and then crescendoing back to a fortissimo, that's 2 FFs at the end. Bar 27 and bar 28 is kind of like an F major, as we do have a B flat. So we have a... Remember the B flat fingering, thumb first finger on the left, first finger pinky on the right. Then we have the swing rhythm again for the final time. This is the same swing rhythm that we have, ba 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 bum. Now the little arrows on the top of the notes indicate that this is an accent that we need to emphasize on each note. So here's the rhythm from bar 27 to the end. And really emphasize each note there. That's the end of the piece. But that was the tutorial of the C3 piece Catwalk by Wedgwood. This piece is very fun to play once you get around the swing and also the syncopation at the end. But most of the time you have the piano helping you because you get the swing rhythm at the start from the piano, and the syncopation you're going to be playing with the piano. Other than that, the rhythm is fairly simple with just mostly quadrants and minimums. And the thing that you might have trouble with is the dynamics, because it does go from P, which is quiet, to FF, which is very loud. You might have troubles there, but don't worry about it too much. Hopefully that was useful to you. That was the final grade 2 piece, and now we'll start on the grade 3 pieces. Give a like and subscribe if you like what I did here. Post a comment down there if you want me to go for anything specific, or you have your own tips and tricks to share with other viewers. And I'll see you next time in the next video of Master of None. Bye!